Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. I'm Vic, and welcome to Vic and Burn Sports Show. Yep, another day of sports, another 24 hours, and a big weekend ahead of us. So, sound seems to be good. That's always important early in the morning because there are some twats that forget to put on the sound some mornings. Listen, you guys, I got to get into some sad news, but let's first get into this quickly. Guys, thanks a lot. Hey, we're almost at 75,000. Only another 160 votes to go. So 160 votes, 160 subscribers to go. Then we'll hit 75,000. What a milestone that'll be for the channel. So keep on hitting that button. There you go. Put it out there. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share the channel with your friends. And hey, drop us a comment. It's always well appreciated. So let's get into today's topics quickly. Talk about the Major League Baseball, of course, Lions Tour, sumo, darts, cricket, around the world. We'll get into a lot of things. Don't worry, we'll get into a hell of a lot of things. But we've got to first start off today with some sad news. Yeah, Hulkamania has passed. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was his stage name. His real name was Terry Gene Bollea. Yeah, he was an icon. Actually, he made wrestling great. I mean, he was the first big superstar in wrestling. He put it out there for everybody else, and the Rocks and the Undertakers and all the others that followed. Hulk Hogan was the main man. I remember when he body slammed Andre the Giant. I think I was in WrestleMania 3 or 8. I'm not quite sure, one of the two. So he was an unbelievable athlete. That was his famous pose there, the blonde hair, the mustache. Had a very, how do you say, moving life. Lots of things going on in his life. But Hulk will miss you, and rest in peace. This man actually did make his sports great. I'm going to get into some other people that are not making their sports so great at the moment. So Hulk, you rest in peace, man. Then we're going to move on. That is going to be the Euros this weekend. Yes, the Women's Euros is coming to an end in Switzerland. And all records have been broken. Crowd records, attendance, everything has been broken. So that's been fantastic. The final will be on Sunday. Spain against England. A repeat of the World Cup final where Spain won that championship. Remember, with all the drama around, the kiss and everything like that. Let's hope there's just good football this time. And to all the men on both teams, behave yourselves. Don't forget, also, it's soon. It's coming soon. The Premier League, it is coming soon. First fixture starting on the 15th of August. Liverpool will take on Bournemouth. And then the big one for me, Aston Villa. Manchester United against Arsenal. So looking forward to all those Premier League games. Then we get into the Major League Baseball. And there were only a few games. Surprise, surprise. Only 5 games last night. The Orioles beat the Guardians 4-3. The Mariners beat the Angels 4-2. The Padres lost 7-9 against the Cardinals. The Blue Jays destroyed the Detroit Tigers 11-4. And the Oakland Athletics beat the Houston Astros 5-2. So very interesting. There was the trade deadline is today. So it's trade deadline day today. One big trade already happened. We'll get into that in a second. Let me just tell you the standings here. This is your National League standings. Check out where your favorite team is. Milwaukee Brewers on top at the moment, ahead of the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers, followed by the Mets. That's your top 4 in the National League. Let's have a look at the American League. In the American League, it is the men from Canada, the Toronto Blue Jays, and ahead of the Astros and the Tigers. Yankees in 4th. Boston Red Sox catching up slowly but surely. Then we did have a big trade in the Major League Baseball. Yes, the Mariners traded, and they got Josh Naylor, and the Diamondbacks, they got Brandon Garcia. Let's have a look at these two boys, Naylor and Garcia. There you go. So the man in the Mariners cap, he's going to the Diamondbacks, and the man in the Diamondbacks cap is going to the Mariners. So there you go. Big trade there. I think the Mariners got the better deal here, but we'll see what happens. Then WNBA. Ooh, not putting any results out today. The ladies of the WNBA will pay us what you owe us during the All-Star game. They want more money. They want more money because they're doing so fantastically well in their league. You know, they want the dineros. That's what they want. Well, ladies, I've got a little bit of surprise for you. You're actually burning cash. You've never made a profit in any of the seasons you've had, and you lost 50 million last year. Where does that warrant a pay raise? I have never been in a company that's making a loss and I'm getting a pay raise. I mean, please tell me if anybody knows a company that will give me money, even if I'm making a loss, and I get to share the revenue and stuff like that. I'd like to join that company. So, you know, for me, you ladies are a little bit delusional. I'm actually going to leave the burning money there. I should actually leave the burning money there. Just take the ladies away. You guys are worse. You guys are worse than this man. You guys are worse than this man. Stephen Colbert, his show got cancelled, and everybody in the US is going crazy. This man was losing 40 million a year and still getting paid 20 million. I mean, come on. Where's the reality these days? Where's the reality these days? Then let's move on to real sports. Tour de France yesterday. Nice stage there in the mountains once again. And O'Connor won the stage ahead of Pogacar and Vingegaard. I mean, look, if it's in the mountains, you're going to have to deal with Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard. But a good win there for Connor. Solo win. Well done. Overall standings, it's Pogacar still around about 5 minutes ahead of Vingegaard and the young German Lipovitz in third. I think that's the way it's going to end in the tour. I can't see anything changing till Paris. Don't forget, they will be in Paris on Sunday. Will be the final stage of the Tour de France. Let's have a look at the jerseys. Of course, you have Pogacar in the yellow. Milan is in green. That's the points leader. Pogacar also owns the polka dot jersey, and Lipovitz gets the Young Driver Award. Then you can check out all the other jerseys at the bottom there. We're moving on slowly but surely. Hey, it was the darts last night, and we are in the quarterfinals of the World Matchplay. And there you go. So the first two quarterfinals were played yesterday. Jean van Veen lost 13-16 to James Wade. James Wade kind of likes this tournament. He's played this tournament 20 times, and he's been in the semi-finals 10 times. That's quite phenomenal. Stephen Bunting had no chance against Johnny Clayton. So Clayton and Wade are through to the semi-finals. Today we'll have Luke Little taking on Andrew Gilding and Josh Rock against Gervin Price. I'm hoping for a Luke Little-Gervin Price matchup somewhere down the line. So let's see what happens there. Then we move on to the part of the show where everybody can start laughing again, because we are moving to the results of the sumo. And what a sumo it was yesterday. I watched the highlights this morning, and I can tell you that last one, we'll get into that. That was very, very interesting. But let's start off with Onishiki. He beat Tamawashi. So he's 10-2, joint leader at the moment. Kinbozan, he lost once again to Wata Motahura. Ojomo lost to Hiradomi. Koto Huho, he is 10-2. He beat Takayasu. So another man who's joined. If you're 10-2, you're in the lead of this tournament. Kazano is 9-3, but he did lose to Wata Takakage, who's 8-4. Don't think with 8-4 you can still win this tournament. I doubt it. Kota Sakura, he beat Kirashima. Kota Sakura moves to 7-5. Kirashima 8-4. So don't think they'll be doing anything with the win of this tournament. Then Ishii Yamamoto against Onosato was the match of the day. And hey, let's be honest, that went into they had to replay or refight the match because how do I explain this quite nicely? They both kind of fell out the ring at the same time, so the refs decided rematch, and Onosato took care of business quite quickly in the rematch. So Onosato moves to 9-3 to equal Ishii Yamamoto. big matches up today. There could be like 3 or 4 people at 10-3 today, depending on how the results go. Don't forget, Vern brought out his fantastic Sumo update, so check it out. That came out yesterday. We're more comprehensive, and you'll get more information than I'm giving you. Let's have a quick look at the fixtures that are coming up. And I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there are some big ones. Oneshki's taking on Ishii Yamamoto, 10-2 versus 9-3. I'm hoping for Ishii Yamamoto to make it 10-3 and demote Oneshki to 10-3. Then where's another good battles there? Ura against Watataka Kage, both 8-4. Kuzano 9-3 against Kirashima, 8-4. Koto Sakura 7-5 against Atami Fuji at 9-3. And then I think the big bout once again. Koto Shosho, or the Shoho. My pronunciation of these names is mucho grande. Against Onosato. If Onosato can win that one, he can move to 10-3. Become very interesting. Very, very interesting. There we go. Then don't forget, look, big rugby weekend this week. Gonna just quickly go. Did I move all that away? No, that's fine. Just want to actually show you what our rugby show. I can move over to that quickly. This is our DEFCON rugby show, not the morning show. Don't worry, just to show you how this works. And yeah, we rank the show, and that is every day at 1700 Central European Time. So join us for that. That is quite cool there. Just to let you know, let's go back to this show. All right, there we got to talk about some stuff. We got to talk about this man, Joe Schmid, the coach of the Wallabies. Listen here, my son. I got to give you the jackass of the day. How the hell he put Gordon in at fly off instead of Tate McDermott? No one knows. We talked about it in our DEFCON rugby show yesterday. Check that out. But I just don't understand. So you get the jackass of the day for me. Then don't forget, tomorrow morning you need to join Vern for the Daily Sports Update Show. He will be doing that for the next few days because I'm getting ready to move. Then we move on to some cricket. Yeah, we love it. Zimbabwe against New Zealand. Easy win for New Zealand. Check out all the stats there. New Zealand hasn't lost a game in this Tri-Nation series. So well done to New Zealand. I think they win this competition. Then Pakistan. Yes, Pakistan back to winning ways. They beat Bangladesh yesterday. It's about bloody time. Pakistan have been on a downhill slope lately. Good morning, Vic. Sorry, I'm late. I overslept a bit. Don't worry, young man. Marnus. Off to school this morning, I think. Eh? There you go. And of course, at the moment, the big one that's going on, it is the 4th test. England lead the series 2-1. India against Pakistan. India were bowled out for 358 in their first innings. England have replied with 225 for 2. Just give you some of the stats there quickly. Move that away. There you go. I need to get closer to the screen so that I can read it. Look, the English started off really well with Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett, 84 and 94 respectively. Then but they got bowled out late in the day, put it that way. And Ollie Pope and Joe Root are now at the crease. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the day there in the cricket there. Then don't forget this afternoon, 5 o'clock, our DEFCON rugby show. Talking about rugby. The Griquas are going to be taking on the Pumas this evening. Going to be live on this channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how that's going to look like. There you go. There you go. The Pumas against the Griquas tonight. Starting lineups. Everything is out there. I can actually play around with that a little bit if you want. Show you the Puma squad. There you go. That's the Griquas on the screen now. Then we'll go over. That's the Puma squad. So I just wanted to show you what's going on there. But we go back to the morning show. There you go. You can play around with stuff. I quite like this in the morning earlier. Then, hey, listen here, next week, ooh, I'm looking very much forward to this. I will be doing some of these games live. It's EuroBasket next week. It's the European Championships. And lots of good games coming up. So let's have a look at the pools first. In Pool A, you have Portugal, Estonia, Latvia, Turkey, Serbia, and the Czech Republic. So that's four pools of 6 teams, 24 teams at the Euros this year. In Pool B, let's see there, Germany, Finland, Great Britain, Lithuania, Sweden, and Montenegro. I'm looking forward to see how good Lithuania does in this one. Pool C, let you know who's in there. Cyprus, Italy, Georgia, Spain, Greece. Ooh, Italy, Spain, and Greece with Bosnia-Herzegovina in one group. The championships are being played. I'll tell you right now where the championships. Let's just do the last group quickly. There you go. Iceland, France, Slovenia, Poland, Belgium, and Israel in a group. That's going to be very, very interesting. Just put this one out again so that you can see. This EuroBasket Championships is being played in Cyprus, Finland, Poland, and Latvia. So I think it's one group in each of those countries. I'm not sure. And I think the main part is in Cyprus afterwards at the end. So have a look at the opening games of the championship. So Great Britain will take on Latvia. That all starts on the 27th, next Wednesday. Czech Republic against Portugal. Montenegro against Germany. Latvia against Turkey. I think that's the one I want to watch. Sweden, Finland, and Serbia against Estonia. Another game I'd like to watch. There you go. So that's basically our morning show for today. Just one quick reminder. Join Vern tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. And don't forget, we do have the rugby this afternoon, the DEFCON rugby show. And then at around about 6:45, the first game of the Currie Cup season between the Pumas and the Griquas. Going to be great. Join us for that. No, it's a long weekend, says Monis. No school today. Good for you. Good for you. So that was a kind of our wrap-up of the morning show. I hope you like our new setup of the morning show. Trying to improve all the time. Thanks for all the... Will you do some swimming on the morning show when the FINA World Swimming Championships start on Sunday? We will update you on the swimming. Noted. Vern, have you noted that? We've got to do the swimming. Monis, if we forget, remind us again. Huh? Remind us. So, guys, you have a wonderful morning. Stay safe. If you're on your way to work or if you're way back from work, drive carefully. Have a good one. And I'll sign off. And we'll see each other in a few hours' time at 5 o'clock for the rugby show. There you go. Ciao, ciao.